Vista has a rent control ordinance, which has kept space rents in the mobile home parks to remain fair while enabling park owners to continue to make a profit. The park owners want this ordinance to be rescinded. Where do you stand on this issue?
We had a hearing at the City Council just a couple of weeks ago on mobile home park closure ordinance. And one of the components that fed into a closure of one of our mobile home parks a couple of years ago was the contention by the owner of the mobile home park that the rents that he was able to charge didn't allow him to take care of the needs at that particular park. What I suggested at the council meeting was to refer this matter to the Mobile Home Rent Review Commission. This is a group of people who are named by individual council members and myself. They're probably the people who best understand the mobile home rent control issue. And I asked them to bring the stakeholders in. At the time there were, I believe it was 7 representatives of the mobile home park owners and 7 representatives of the stakeholders to try to figure out how do we encourage mobile home parks to stay open? How do we keep, mobile home park rents at a reasonable level? Because if it doesn't work out, the chance is always there that the mobile home park owner is going to decide that his property could be used for something other than a mobile home park. And I'm not sure in very many cases that works out well for everyone.
Personally, I would not be in agreement with taking that restriction off of the owners. And let me tell you why. When I was younger and being brought up, I actually had to live in a house that was pretty dilapidated, but it was next to a mobile home park that was a beautiful place to live. Some of my best friends at that time lived in that park, but I came to realize very quickly that folks that live in mobile homes are on a fixed income. To allow carte blanche for the owners to, if we take away those controls, that allows carte blanche for the owners to raise their rents on mobile home, and that is affordable housing in this city. As you know, we have many, many mobile homes. That's affordable housing for many, many folks, and we need to be sensitive to that. And so I would just straight out be against it. However, you know, we are in a city where we have to consider everybody's rights, and so I wouldn't take it off the table to listen to perhaps some reasonable lift on those controls.
I would personally and politically not be in favor of tinkering with the rent control ordinance at all. Before I got elected to the City Council, I spent a couple of years on the Rent Review Commission, and you know, I learned a lot about mobile home community living. I've never lived in one, my family has never lived in one, and so I really didn't understand it. And when I was first being considered for the commission, I was asked by a couple of leaders in the community to talk about the issues, and they asked me about rent control, and I said, you know what, I don't support rent control. I don't support them for apartments, and I don't support them for houses. But one thing that is very clear is there is a fundamental difference between a mobile home and an apartment. If I live in an apartment and my landlord raises the rent to the point where I feel it is no longer affordable, guess what? I can pack up my stuff and go across the street and rent a cheaper place if I'm looking for a cheaper place. When you live in a mobile home and you own that home, you just can't pick it up and move. You know, a lot of the parks today in Chula Vista, and we have some 31, been around for a long, long time. And the people that live there have lived there for a long, long time. And I have to tell you, I've been to a couple of mobile home parks where drastic increases in rents are being threatened. And I have to tell you, the folks that have lived there for years that are concerned about their ability to sustain their own well-being, because $50, $100, $200 a month means the difference between eating 3 square meals and maybe not eating at all. And the fact is that when somebody opens a piece of property up and they say, I want to have a mobile home park, they have a responsibility to the people that live there. Now, our mobile home rent review ordinance is not perfect, but it does allow for increases in rents, and the fact is that many of these owners have not wanted to do what they need to do to get those increases, because if they are incurring costs, they will achieve those rent increases.